2, 3, 4.
Walk us through what you got on the mystery brain, what it's about, what it's supposed to accomplish.
We've got an atomic brain mixed with a digital tape emulator. Looks like there's a whole lot of knobs on here, but my preamp is literally here, you know, with the bass cut and the preamp volume like you have on the atomic brain, and with the Abbey mode, which is kind of an input gain boost. But I just, over the years, since I tend to have kind of a thing with the rockabilly, I've got a lot of rockabilly musicians and honky-tonkers and stuff going, can't you make us a box, you know, with a delay pedal in it? And I just kept going back to them and going, I'm not that smart, you know. You need someone who really knows what they're doing to
Because these are guys who don't want to use pedals at all.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
definitely don't want to.
Yeah, and you know, they finally came to a point where like, oh wow, we really like that brain preamp, but it's like we still want a delay. And so I just, over the years, I've been fooling around with different pedals and asking other builders, you know, are you interested in doing a kind of co-op thing? And no one was really interested until just this last year. I found this young man that was into space echoes and Echoplex, and he had designed this digi echo that's a tape emulator. And so I wrote to him and I said, you know, what would you think about, you know, if this works for me, I'd kind of like to put it together with my preamp. And if this works, maybe we can work together, you know, maybe we can do something together. And so he sent me one, and I fooled around with it and took a bunch of parts out of it, and then, you know, sent it back to him and said, you know, if we change this, and, you know, my usual thing. He was kind of at a loss because he plays in a praise and worship band too, but he didn't really know anything about rockabilly, and he didn't know what was happening with that and what I wanted it for. And so we had to spend some time talking, and he finally goes, I think I know, you know, what we can do here. And so he made the changes and he sent it back, and I got a bigger box and I shoved both of them together, because one of the things that if you take anyone's preamp and you stick it in front of these digital echoes, they have a tendency to clip and the echo, and you get this crackle, and it doesn't work, you know. And so for years I've just been using an old Boss DM3 as my echo, and then more recently a Strymon D-tape echo, which is you know, an amazing tape echo emulator. The mechanical, you know, tape players, I think it's a Benson and a Space Echo 201 and Echoplex. But anyway, I need something for me and my company, and so putting this guy's you know, little echo circuit in here, it didn't clip, doesn't crackle. In fact, it saturates more, and it sounds really, really close to my actual vintage '79 RS-301 Space Echo. And so again, I thought, this is awesome. I can now do another American business co-op, you know, like I do with Delisle amps with this young man. And I put it out there on the Facebook forum and said, you know, would you guys be interested in this, and would you be interested if I, you know, did a pre-order thing? And I got 30 guys that wanted them, and so they pre-ordered them, and we went ahead in production with them. And of course, from the very beginning, Vince Ray has become a friend of mine, and he helped me out with all our, you know, t-shirt designs and logo designs. And he was, in fact, Vince owns the first Brain Seltzer production model. You know, he's just been a wonderful and generous friend. And he said that he designed the artwork for me, and so here we have, you know, his amazing work. And I decided to go one step further and just call it the BS-301. Does that mean it's a Brain Seltzer 301? Probably not. That just is a bunch of BS? I don't know. But it is the Mystery Brain, and it is my atomic brain preamp with a tape echo. And it's not just a rockabilly thing. It's not just a roots rock thing. You know, in the genre of music that I play, I have to cover a wide scope of music, and I needed something that would kind of sound like the deluxe Memory Man to analog, you know, Boss pedal, and then just a real good rockabilly slapback. So that's what we have.
Time, I assume, is a delay time, and we go from 50
milliseconds, all the way up to 600
milliseconds. And those repeats, these fade out really nicely.
Repeats, even if you turn them up, they fade out really And one other feature it had, which was important to me, is having modulation on the wet slapback.
Yeah.
For more of the spacey things, it's really fun, and you know, there's a lot of stuff that you can get out of this, vibrato and chorus. But it also has a defeatable switch. And once that's off, the modulation is out. So for the rockabilly guys, the roots rock guys, you just have a quick slapback. And then for like Uncle Tim, more space rock guys, prog rock guys, we turn this back on, and get our repeats going up. And so, you know, this is even though it's kind of got a rockabilly thing going on with it, I needed something to get myself, I painted myself kind of in a corner, whereas I wanted to reach a wide variety of musicians, and like myself being a praise and worship musician, you know, just by default, there's a lot of real ethereal sounds and stuff that we needed, and so this covers that for, at least for me and what I do, you know, as a gigging musician, because really that's what I've always been, and I just kind of fell into this, and I make these things for what I use, what I play, and it's all based, you know, around a Gretsch guitar. I'm going to be a fan for life for Gretsch, and that's the way it is. But if you're a Strat and Telly player,
it's all in there
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah.
What's the price point?
$355.
$355, and this, I suppose it's obvious, but this is the you know, slightly larger. You'll tell me what box it's in, but it's 5.5 inches wide.
Yeah, it's like two MXR pedal boxes together.
Yeah, I mean, it's really compact for what you're getting. I mean, I believe this section replaces the Deluxe Memory Man.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm not trying to be a Deluxe Memory Man, right. But yeah, it is. But that's pretty compact for that.
Yeah.
But you know, being that this is an atomic brain, this boost mode, you know, a lot of guys are using that, you know, when they're soloing to lift it up. But an interesting thing with this is that it saturates the input of the tape echo part, and it actually becomes kind of like an overdrive.
Right.
And so what I did is I put a switch in the back here that attenuates. It's kind of like a dB pad. So if you put that on, it'll stay cleaner, especially for guys playing humbuckers and stuff, and they would just rather have a clean boost. But I wanted this to be, you know, for lack of better terms, more organic, gritty, dirty, you know, because space echoes, unless you're Brian Setzer, you know, you've got a guy to keep them running tip-top shape like brand new. Most everyone else that uses space echoes, they cheat on us, and they betray us, and they break down, and they're dirty, or they warble, and that's kind of the fun of it.
Does it self-oscillate?
Yes, it does self-oscillate.
Well, let's make it self-oscillate. Take it out. That's what we got for you.